Yeah, I see. I was wondering while you were talking about him, about seeing if he was doing anything for all by doing that. And you did mention that he takes people on tours or something now, or out on trips. But yeah, there's endless experiences that we've all had and do go through in this physical scenes. I was wondering, they're sending me some different things on this, whatever you call it, modern technology, like somebody representing Illuminati. I'll read you a little tiny thing they sent me. I don't know if anybody else is getting this kind of stuff. Here's one thing. Do you want to be a member of the Great Illuminati and start receiving $5 million USD monthly and be popular among others and have riches and fame? This is the only chance of being of the Illuminati. I was sent by the Freemason High Chief to bring 52 members into the Illuminati. I have gotten 32, so we're looking for 20 more. So try to be among the 20 people to be rich and famous. Contact us on anyway. That's just one thing. And I'm thinking to myself, well, a person could be a risk taker, and he's offering like this $5 million a month stuff, which is a little bit that would help with even also the research vessels, but things like that. Also, they put up a tombstone with my picture, and I guess they think I should only hang around a few more years to 71 or something. They put 71. Oh, what else? Anyway, is anybody having any kind of experiences like that?
You could go undercover and apply, and then be an undercover agent.
Yeah, I could do something like that, but there seems to be more important things. Right? They probably hear whatever. I just was wondering if they send that to lots of people or what's going on here with their. Oh, and there was another thing.
I haven't received my letter yet.
So if they don't buy you off, they're just going to try to. I'm not too concerned because I think that the real guides they'd have to deal with. So anyway. Oh, they also, what was it? Oh, then they said something about being a targeted individual. I was just wondering if anybody else was getting this stuff. It comes out on the smartphone. I don't even know what places you call it, on posts or what, to me. So anyway, it's just even interested in who even would, I don't even know how they'd even know that I exist, but or why they'd be sending stuff like that out. But anyway, that's just another thing, another experience in life. And yeah, who knows, maybe it'll turn into being a use them if you can for projects or something. I don't know about becoming involved with something that seems so brutal and unbeneficial. But I guess it has its purpose. But going through these experiences here as a soul and want to or become a U-tune in the real universes. So that's why this thankfulness hopefully keeps growing and turning into something for this new presentation and Dwayne's guidance and the real guides. And the education that's being given. This is all new stuff when a person like myself hasn't paid any attention to this information age. I've just been concentrated on digging in the dirt or out in the hills and doing whatever I was doing, busting out fence posts and rails just to have money to survive on. And then you start hearing about all this information, all kinds of things like chemtrails, and then you start realizing how many vehicles there are, and it looks like zillion ants running all over the earth in these vehicles if you're looking down from space. And and they're polluting all the air. And then the food stuff, I've never paid attention to because I've never needed to. I've always been able to eat anything I wanted, and I've had my health through smoking and drinking and all those things. That I didn't have effects to deal with, to have any reason to change habits. So there's so much stuff being revealed right now, worldly stuff, but to deal with while we have these bodies and while we're here, and this opportunity to help others, because I'd surely want to be helped like I'm being helped. If I had known about things like this, we all go through all these different times when we're wondering why it is the way it is, and the religions and these wars, and it's endless, and all the sickness on this earth, and all the starvation, and it just seems like if a person attempted to make it as bad as it could be, that they've about done it on this earth, and it seems to be even getting hardly unimaginably worse instead of better. So things to talk about and think about, but what it is about the doing the next. We take a step, and what? We just going to stop, or what's the next step? It's on and on to try to while we're here with the short amount of time that we do have these physical bodies, which can be gone at any time, it seems like, to do for all the others. Like without Dwayne's guidance or the real guides, then we wouldn't have this opportunity, and we'd just be stuck in this reincarnation crap and suffering worse and worse, it seems like forever. So if we are to be lights, it's now. The next step seems to be able to get the new books and the new school and the all solar research vessels, and let mankind have the opportunity, whatever it seems to take, to make it happen. Do we think about how the next step, how to make the next step? Or does anybody just see it as is the way it's supposed to be right now? Hi.
Hi.
Can hear you.
Hey, I was trying to figure out how to be able to talk on here, and I just messaged Henry, so I wasn't sure if I was able to get on or not. I just had a few questions.
Yeah, you're on. Yeah.
Okay. I was wondering about. I've heard a lot of this generalized, like so far. Like I really would have to figure out as far as like the specifics on the more of the spiritual side, the aspects of this, because I've done the bridging of the EC and stuff like that, so I'm familiar with certain aspects of these of the bodies, and I was just curious about the different aspects of if there's more, if it goes more into detail within the books, because I'm actually curious about purchasing one or two of them. Just want to see what they're about. That's all. So I mean, I was just curious, and I wanted to know more, and I wanted to know if the books do go into that more. That was my question.
Yeah, the books are the references about what life's all about.
Okay.
Why we're here and what's going on. It's the real. It guides you to the new you sessions for yourself to connect with the real universal guides and what is called dreams or your dream visions. And all you have to do is sing new you with your sincerity that you really do want to know and that way, if you do that like for 15 minutes before you go to sleep at night, and maybe 15 minutes in the morning when you wake, then you'll be given the real guidance and the real education. The books are references, and they're available, and they're a treasure in this physical realm, because that's out of all the books on earth, whether you call them Bibles or what do you call it, pretty words by the millions out there, is all of us have read all those books on earth. So a person finds out for themselves what is the most important when, like yourself, wanting to know about it. You'll find out for yourself. Sounds like...
Yeah, I was going to ask about it, because it resonated with me to an extent but I don't want to let go of my current practice. That's not going to really matter. If it's not meant to be, it usually would fall by the wayside. Correct? If this is like the ultimate, the cream de crop, or what do they call that? Cream de the top, the real is, in other words, So I guess, like, if anything else, if I had any practices, if I kept practicing the new you, if I kept doing that, it would kind of reveal if it would, I guess, everything else would just naturally fall by the wayside that was counterproductive to achieving that height, correct?
I guess that you've got to decide for yourself that sounds right.
Yeah.
It's for you to find out for yourself.
Right.
If you're, right, those books, if you're if the guides know who's ready, and they've presented you today, they know that there's a reason why you called in, and that they give you this opportunity. Like myself and those others involved, we have an opportunity here to get out of these psych realms. So the books are available through Lulu. I guess Kelsey could probably tell you how to get a hold of them, unless you already know how to get a hold of the books. And she suggests you start with books number 2 and 6. And that probably would be, you'd find out for yourself in those 2 books, if it's what you're after.
All right. Yeah, that was it. I guess that was my question. So I'm looking forward to getting. Actually, I would ask if I can only get one book first, because work's not too good right now. So it's just, I'm a landscaper, so it's it's snowing over here a little bit. So it's in the winter. It's in the slow season. So, but if I could only get out of those 2 books, would I start with 2 or with 6, or what do you guys recommend, or does it matter? Would you say they're both pretty on the same kind of wavelength?
Kelsey provides them on the PDF. Do you get PDFs on your phone or computer?
Yeah, I just don't like reading on a small screen, so I'll probably be just ordering it for like the book format. But I'll get the PDF too, probably, just because if I can't for the other book that I haven't read yet, that way I can read it on here until I get the physical copy. There's just something about a physical book that I like to also have. Maybe it's an attachment too, but I kind of just like the reading, to turn the pages and stuff like that on the. So either way, it works for me. But I was thinking about. So I'll probably start out. I'll get the one that resonates with me first, and probably just go with that. Like you said, you'll know if it's ready for you or you're ready for it, or either way. And then what goes is, or what is. So that was it for me. I guess.
I'd be able to help you after the first, if you can't afford your books. I could do that.
What is it? What, like, show me how to download it or something? Is that what you're saying? Or
I'm saying if you can't afford to get the books, that I could buy the book for you, and
It's normal. It's not a problem. It's just a little slow with work right now. It's like I'm working full time, but it's snowing over here, and like it's and then when it does snow, it only snows a little bit. So yeah, I guess you get the picture of landscape, and it's not the best. Sometimes it's good, and sometimes it's not. But so,
unless you have a snow machine, snow blower, or something.
or a plow truck or something. Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
right. Well, if you have a problem, I shouldn't call it a problem.
I don't think it's a problem. I'll be able to get it. It's just I'm patient and just probably figure out the first one that calls out to me, I guess, that I would pick. So naturally, it just happens when I see something. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thankful you called in. It's good that there's someone's out there being presented this opportunity and is paying attention. We'll probably be talking a lot while we're in this life.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be listening actually. So I was listening from not the very beginning, but I came in towards like the 15-minute point or something. So I kind of just went with that. But I'll be listening.
Yeah.
So I also have the Blog Talk links now, so I'll be listening to them before. Appreciate the answer for that, and see you next time.
Yeah. What was your name?
Oh, I'm Joe.
Joe. Yeah, I'm
My
Tim.
name's Joseph. Yeah. Oh, Dale?
Yeah. All right.
I'll see you later.
Yeah.
Hey, Joe, this is Henry. Just before you go, I was just going to answer your question about what the books are about. And book 2 is about Dwayne's adventure, this like coming into this life and through this lifetime and through the different life levels on the real side and into the real universes. And it's a real fun adventure. And as you read it, you kind of go on the adventure in your imagination too. And then book 6 it's really cool too. It's shorter than book 2, and it's more about like how dreams work and you know how there's like so much information in the books. It's a lot, but that's a kind of brief synopsis. Book 6 is kind of how the dream visions work and what they really are. And book 2 it's called A Journey to Real Freedom, and then book 6 is called Your Dream Vision. So the titles are pretty a good synopsis as well.
Yeah, thanks, Henry. It's good to have somebody that's been able to check in and see what's going on. It is nice that when efforts are made that we see some results or effects. Well, does anybody else have anything they'd like to talk about today? I don't know if Kelsey'd like to mention all the groups and things again.
Tim, everybody listening can go to wonderfulworldwideeducators.com. There's a whole lot of tabs on there, probably over 12 tabs. And there are new articles. There's a new articles tab with updated titles and Facebook groups by Dwayne almost daily. So that's something you can go through to read and share. And also there are SoundCloud recordings with real-side experiences from people seeing the new you. The Nubooks and the True Courses are there, and so is the new homeschool and contact information for all of us, including people worldwide. And just be sure to pay attention to us on Facebook because we're going live in many different groups. And you can share those around and listen to them and go live as well. Thank you.
Well, unless anybody else has anything they'd like to mention today, I guess we could finish this discussion by singing the new you. Mm-hmm.